I'm your host, Lauren Culver. This is your Independence Update. On Friday, January 22nd, Pine Knob Elementary was awarded the National Blue Ribbon Award. Pine Knob was one of only 335 schools in the entire country to receive this award for the 2015 year. We have a short video with interviews from Deputy Superintendent Sean Ryan and Congressman Mike Bishop explaining more about this awesome achievement.
It is a great representation for not only our school district, but also the Clarkston community and all the wonderful things that are going on with our school district. Pine Knob really exemplifies that excellence, and I can't say enough on how proud we are of our Pine Knob Elementary.
Many years ago, about 1982, the United States government was looking for a way to recognize schools and educational environments, and it came up with what they call the Blue Ribbon School Program. And it recognizes very few schools around the country as having excellence in everything that they do. It happens infrequently that a member of Congress has a school in their district that is actually recognized and given this great award. I'm fortunate because Pine Knob Elementary School in Clarkston, Michigan, right in the heart of the 8th district that I have the opportunity to represent, has been recognized as a Blue Ribbon school. It says a lot about the school indeed, but it says so much more about the community around it and all the folks that have come together, from the business community to the parents, to the faculty, to the staff, to the school board. Everybody that makes up this area has done so much to create an environment where Pine Knob Elementary School can grow and prosper. And congratulations to all of you. It says so much about Clarkston, and I'm very proud to represent you.
The Clarkston Independence District Library is starting a new Lego program on Saturday, January 30th from 2 to 3 p.m. Bring only your imagination, as the library will supply the Legos. This month's theme is your favorite book. Contact Melissa Henry at 248-625-2212 or Henry M at indelib.org. Due to the current water crisis, thousands of low-income families in Flint still do not have clean water. Allstate Enterprise Rent-A-Car and George P. Johnson have partnered with the Flint Water Project to participate in this ongoing volunteer effort. The last January event will take place on Saturday, January 30th at 12 p.m. Please sign up to volunteer at flintwaterproject.weebly.com. On Tuesday, February 2nd, the Clarkston Area Chamber of Commerce is hosting a luncheon event at Pete's Coney Island 2. The lunch starts at 11:30 a.m. for time to network. This is a perfect way to learn how to network with a fun, interactive group and build relationships while building your business. Will the groundhog see his shadow this year or not? National Groundhog's Day will be on Tuesday, February 2nd. That concludes our update for this week. If you have a story or information you'd like us to share on Independence Update, please contact us at 248-623-3661 or email us at update@independencetelevision.com. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.
Hi everyone, Pat Kittle here, and welcome to Independence Update. Hey, I wanted to apologize for taking so long since my last show with you. It's been a heck of a 2015 wrapping everything up, and I can't believe that in 2016 January is already gone by. But anyway, we, as I've mentioned before in earlier telecasts, I kind of live and die by numbers. That's the one thing that I've learned in the auto industry, and I always have a set of goals and objectives that I use to kind of gauge my performance on deliverables. And as much as I would like to be graded on good looks and attitude, it really is all about the results, and that's what I wanted to share with you today. So 6 areas, that I've always been focused on, and that is overall communications, fiscal elements in terms of what we're doing from a money standpoint, operationally, economic growth, community, and infrastructure. There's 6 topics that I'm going to be running through today. So why don't we start with communications. In this particular category, I gave myself an A+. We've done, I think, a pretty good job with the Clarkston News, with the monthly updates that we provide, and with our department head meetings, where we really start to have some very spirited discussion internally in the township to make sure that all of the department executives know what's going on. But I think I could do a better job on Independence TV. I'd love to get invited to more town hall meetings. Again, working with the HOAs, that's where the rubber really meets the road when it comes to finding out what's going on or where we have some opportunities. And again, while we did launch our new website last year, I do want to spend more time in putting together some good survey tools to help us get direct feedback from residents on issues that we're going to need a little direction on. So again, A-, so far so good. From a fiscal standpoint, the biggest deficiency that I had here was not finishing up the contracts in 2015 as we wanted. The fire and the AFSCME contract for the municipal employees will be ratified this week and be formally approved by the Township Board. And again, I think overall it's a fair contract. There's been a little give and take on both sides, and I believe it's pretty much revenue neutral to the township as far as what's going to be happening in the next 3 years, even with some minor salary increases. So gave me a B there. Moving on into operations. Again, a B+ here. Again, the areas that I think need still a little work. The DPW rate reviews. Again, just that whole sewer projects and wastewater going down to Detroit, and what's happening with all of that is still a little scary because of some of the last-minute changes that come out of Detroit and unforeseen rate increases. So we're going to keep an eye on that. Director evaluations. We've started it. I don't want to say it's the most formal process in the world, but I really, really would like to try to get the director evaluations. These are the guys who run the various departments in the township and the ones that do the lion's share of the work. Hopefully like to get some sort of a compensation structure tied to their evaluations. And then just an overall compensation review. Where do our executives stand against neighboring communities? Are we high? Are we low? And what are we going to need to do to be able to better retain, our what I'll call is the all-star team right now. We've got a great team in place, and what do we need to do to keep it? And a lot of that's going to have to do with competitive compensation. So a B+ there for operations. Moving on. Economic growth, again, a lot going on here. I did give myself 2 Fs, one for the hospital and one for the Deer Hill development. The hospital, while we still we got a little bit of movement with McLaren opening up a new emergency room, we still don't have the hospital formally approved yet. And as such, I gave myself an F there, and then an F on Deer Hill, a project that's been bubbling up through the Planning Commission for pretty close to a year. A big component of this is trying to align the Deer Hill Big Lake traffic light. While we've got some things moving, we don't have our final agreements done there. And then we still don't know what is actually going to be presented to us in its final format for the Deer Hill development. So again, it's going to be coming to the board probably sometime in the next 30 to 45 days. And we do promise to let all the Deer Hill residents know well in advance so they can plan their schedules. And we do expect some very spirited discussion over that. So overall, gave myself a C for economic development. Moving on into the community, again, well, I tell you what, we hit a home run with the Senior Center addition. Dave Belcher and his crew have done just a tremendous job. But again, the big areas of opportunity here has to do with the township roads, again, with the potholes. We were kicking around an idea of maybe having a special millage just for the township dedicated to 5 roads that would have a sundown. But that just didn't pan out. We would actually be shooting ourselves in the foot with the road commission, and it would cost us future dollars downstream. So we shelved that plan, and just I don't think that one's going to be seeing the light of day again. And then just working with the Parks Department, with the county parks, and trying to tie in safety paths along the ITC corridors and with the north and south entrance to Independence Oaks. Again, we've got great plans in place. We just didn't implement very well in 2015, and I think you're going to start to see a lot of movement there. So gave ourselves a B here under community. And then wrapping it up for infrastructure. Again, we're just finished up all of the video and for all of the sewer systems. And again, the good news is we're done. The better news is we didn't find anything of a catastrophic nature that's going to cost us an absolute ton. Things that we need to do that, again, we've got plans for, we just didn't implement and we ran out of time. That's having to do with the DPW storage barn And again, we've got a lot of vehicles parked outside, just kind of rotting in the weather. And we want to make sure that we get them under, a rain-free, climate-controlled sort of environment. And again, it's going to be a pretty fancy pole barn. That's what it's going to be. But again, it'll be over at DPW yard. And then just general security and overall. We've got 14 wellheads. We've got sewer lift stations. We've got the township properties that I think we got to do a little better job of making sure they're secure. And if there is an intrusion, so that we can get the proper resources there quickly and safely. Right now, an alarm will go off, and we'll have employees scurrying into a particular venue, really not knowing what we're walking into. And I don't personally find that anything too exciting. So we're going to see what we can do there as well. So here I gave myself a B- for infrastructure. And again, just from an overall perspective, when you start to take a look at the big picture, looking at an A-, a B, B+, C, B, and a B+, or B- again, overall grade for the year for 2015 is a solid B. You got to be pretty darn special to get an A, and like I said, B is I think about as close as I'm going to get right now in terms of what we did and where we're going and the plans that we did, and trying to run with the resources that we've got. So no excuses. It's just it is what it is. So again, our mission statement hasn't changed, to try to balance the best services at the lowest possible cost, to try to encourage the current residents and future residents as well to want to live, work, play, and hopefully invest in the community. And like I said, I'm very, very happy with what we've done in 2015, and I think with the team that we have in place with Paul Brown as treasurer, Barb Pilata as clerk, myself supervisor, and just one of the best executive teams I've seen with all of the department directors, I'm thinking 2016 is going to be a heck of a year. So with that, I guess I will just sign off. Again, take this opportunity to wish all of you a very happy new year in 2016, and here's hoping for that it be health, wealth, and prosperous. And from my family to yours, best to you. Thanks for watching.